Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Sometimes, a lot of times, I have this plan of how the week's gonna go as far as content. I'm trying to ramp up content because there are just so many shows out right now that I want to cover. And also there are pop culture or current events that are happening in the world that I touch on as well. And sometimes that alters plans. So Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I want to get to you so badly tomorrow because I have so many thoughts on the Girardi case. But I just don't know 100% if that's going to happen at this time. But I am trying, fingers crossed. Something that came out yesterday, Britney Spears attended virtually a hearing about her conservatorship. And this conservatorship has been in the news a lot lately. She has been under a conservatorship for 13 years. And a lot of people are bewildered. For those of us like myself, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not super familiar with the judicial system aside from what we see on TV shows. So that is my background in coming to this. But, a lot of us, there was that Framing Britney Spears documentary that came out, and it was so bewildering and baffling to us, especially when you watch lawyers start to cover the case, and the types of people that are typically put under conservatorships are not healthy, working mid-20-somethings like Britney was. But that's not to say it's unheard of. When I was watching some of the news coverage of this latest hearing, because we're going to talk about what she said, one of the legal correspondents, I think it was for ABC, was saying that typically when a young person is put under a conservatorship, the intention is for it to be temporary, for them to ultimately recover from whatever was made it necessary for the conservatorship to take place, and that they will regain control of their own lives. And that this particular situation of Britney not having control over her finances, her body, or her personal life for over a decade is bizarre, unheard of, and that is part of what has people talking. So yesterday, Britney addressed the court. For a little bit of backstory, Britney has been under this conservatorship, I believe, since 2008. At the time when this conservatorship was put into place, a lot was going on in Britney's life. She was in a lot of turmoil. There was her mental health was suffering. She was seen in public having what seemed to be breakdowns. She was at risk for losing even visitation of her children. I believe in the Framing Britney Spears documentary, they did it. The way it seemed to me was that, because who would agree to something like this, to just be losing all autonomy? And it appeared to be that Britney was very scared of losing any kind of connection to her kids. And this was a way to say, hey, look, I'm getting help. I have a team in place to make sure that I'm providing a safe environment for my kids. And that was really the driving force for Britney, was being able to be a mom, right? So with that being said, now we are 13 years later. Her kids are teenagers. And she is still not able to control her own life. So this is a summation. This was posted on Twitter, a summation of what she had to say yesterday. She spoke for about 20 minutes. She had a lot to say, and she dropped a lot of bombshells. So she said, I have a lot to say, so bear with me. They've done a good job at exploiting my life, so I feel like it should be an open court hearing and they should listen to what I have to say. A lot has happened since 2 years ago, which was the last time she addressed the court. A lot has happened since 2 years ago. I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court last time. I just want my life back. It's been 13 years and it's enough. They need to be reminded that they actually work for me. I haven't done anything in the world to deserve this treatment. It's not okay to force me to do anything I don't want to do. All I want is to own my money and for this to end and for my boyfriend to be able to fucking drive me in his car. And honestly, I want to be able to sue my family. I have an IUD in my body right now that won't let me have a baby, and my conservators won't let me go to the doctor to take it out. That is absolutely shocking. From watching the news coverage, Jamie Spears, her father's lawyer, did speak, and a more legal correspondence chimed in with kind of why this has been in place for 13 years. So one of the biggest reasons is up until yesterday, Britney has never asked for the court to end this conservatorship. Jamie Spears and his legal defense team, I noticed they were showing video of over some holidays, or they spent a couple weeks together in Louisiana, and look, they're a loving family. And if she was being like held hostage or against her will, like she had every ample opportunity to say she's wanted to end this over 13 years and she hasn't. So don't look at us, judge. Another thing that has been pointed out is, you know, it's not like they're fleecing her for cash. The defense team has pointed out that her net worth has grown over the last 13 years. So while Britney is footing the bill for all of this, everyone is on her payroll, which is just baffling to, you know, to us non-legal people, because I know that this happens, like, you know, you're paying everyone's court fees, blah. But that, you know, it's not a situation where she was a child actor fleeced by her parents and now she's left broke. That's not what's going on here, according to the defense. And one of the biggest arguments that the Free Britney movement has put forth is that when conservatorships are put in place, it's put in place, like one of the lawyers pointed out, for people that are older people that are suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's, or in other way somehow mentally and physically incapacitated, where they cannot handle their own finances or really even get dressed in the morning by themselves. Like, that's how incapacitated someone usually is when they are put under a conservatorship. One of the lawyers for let me back up. One of the main reasons and movements of this Free Britney movement is, how can someone that is performing, putting out albums, be incapacitated? Like, that just doesn't make sense to us lay people. Well, one of the lawyers pointed out that there is a different threshold for being able to control your own finances, apparently. And just because she is able to perform and work and rake in all this money doesn't necessarily mean that she is capable of handling it, which, you know, I don't personally agree with that, but that is what one of the lawyers said. Ultimately, in this case, and I think in any case like this, there has to be someone watching the conservators. They can't just be left up to their own devices. Britney, in her statement, has said that they've controlled everything down to her birth control, which is outrageous, to the colors of her kitchen cabinets, to who she can date, to if she can go on vacation. They are very much micromanaging her daily life. And for someone who is able to perform, bring in money, these people are giving themselves raises. It's just, she should have control over her life. With that being said, when the state of California granted this conservatorship, I think that there is an onus on them, the legal system, the judicial system of the state of California, of the county of Los Angeles, to make sure that this is in the conservatee's best interest. If it's clearly not in her best interest, where there should be someone in the court system that is supervising the conservatorship, and if it seems like there is, if she is being taken advantage of, someone should have stood up for her. I think there's some onus on the state of California as well, to be perfectly honest. I think probably what will need to happen is, she had mentioned that she doesn't want to be evaluated again. I think that should happen. She should have control over her life back. Realistically, there is going to have to be some sort of evaluation in order for her to regain her own autonomy, which is absolutely ridiculous. As a person, I've been really open with you guys about my mental health struggles. And while sometimes you absolutely need people to step in, it should never be maybe sometimes it does need to be long-term, right? But the intention should never for it to be permanent or for it to be long-term, because depriving someone of their rights is a violation. She absolutely has every right to her own financial, personal, and bodily autonomy. If she wants to have another child, she is a full-grown adult. She should be able to do that. If she pisses away all of her money because for some reason, we've seen celebrities do that all the time. It happens all the time. So she should be given her autonomy back, is point blank period. A really good channel that has been covering the legal angle of this case is Emily D. Baker. And I know she said she will be talking about this tomorrow on her channel. So I would highly encourage you, if you're interested in the legal aspects of this case and not just the emotional aspects of it, which is where I'm coming from, then I highly encourage you to watch her channel, and I will link her channel in the description. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you guys think, what you've taken away. What were the biggest moments for you from her statement? I think for me, it was just knowing that she can't even take out her own birth control. That is outrageous to me. She should absolutely have autonomy over her own body. She, as of now, is refusing to work until her father, at least, is removed from her conservatorship. I think he absolutely should step away. I don't think it should come to the fact where a court has to remove him. He should step away if she does not want him to be a part of her life. It doesn't seem like, from what I've seen as far as like biographical documentaries made about her, it doesn't seem like prior to this she even had any significant relationship with him in the first place. So this whole situation just stinks, and it just needs to be reevaluated. It's been a really long time, and she deserves to have her life back, like she said to the court. So I really, really hope the courts listen to her. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one.